All right, y'all, let's do another series. So we are going to be talking about boundaries over the next couple of videos. If you haven't gone back and watched my series around the symptoms of codependency, how upbringing contributes to codependency, expressing needs, I've done a ton of series. So go back and watch those because a lot of these build on what we've already spoken about, right, in the past videos. So I'm going to start this series off with a definition of personal boundaries, all right? Why? Why do I start with the definition? Because most of us actually don't know what a personal boundary is defined as, okay? So a personal boundary is a guideline, okay? It is a rule, a guideline, or a limit that a person creates to identify reasonable, safe, and permissible ways for other people to behave towards them, and this is the part I'm going to talk about in this video, how they will respond when someone passes those limits, okay? Most of us know the first part of that definition of a boundary, right? We understand that a boundary is a limit on how I will be treated, right? What we don't understand is that that's only 50% of the definition of a boundary. The other 50% is how I will respond when somebody passes that limit. So if we are only doing the setting of the boundary, but we are not actually enacting the consequence when somebody passes that boundary, then we're actually only doing 50% of the work around boundaries. And that's not to shame or to say you're not doing enough or you're not doing good enough or you're not doing it right? We have to start somewhere. But we have to remember that the consequence is actually just as important as the setting of it. Otherwise, it's just words, right? Otherwise, we're telling people, well, I might say that, but you can actually treat me any way you want and nothing's going to happen, right? And so it's really important that we decide what those consequences are going to be. We need to sit and do a lot of internal reflecting and a lot of internal thinking and work around what I will tolerate, what I will not tolerate. And when it's something I won't tolerate, what is the consequence to that, right? And it doesn't always have to be cut off. It doesn't have to be some grand or dramatic or drastic consequence. It could be something as simple as, if this happens, then the consequence is going to be, I'm going to remove myself from the situation until I cool down, right? Or until the situation cools down. Right? When I feel like you're starting to talk down to me, I'm going to remove myself from the conversation. In the moment that you feel like they're talking down to you, you have to remove yourself from the situation, or you have to at least start by saying, I feel like this conversation is taking a turn, so I'm going to go take a walk. You have to let them know that the consequence is happening. Okay. So the first part about boundaries I want us to understand is that the consequence to somebody passing it is just as important as the setting of it.